Sagittarius, December 2019 with me, Lada from astrolada.com, and specifically check your rising sign. It is very important. I keep repeating every time. The sun sign very often gives only 20% of the prediction. The rising sign, the moon sign is second of importance, and then the sun sign. But the rising sign only if you know your exact time of birth. So the big news for you, Sagittarius, and for everyone this December is that Jupiter, the planet that rules you, is going to move into your second house. So let's see what this means. If a lot of Sagittarius had some financial issues in the last 2 years, why is that? Because Saturn has been in their second house of finances. They might have felt the restriction there, that they had to tighten up their belt. Maybe they had to save for something. They had to learn to be very mature, organized with their resources, so otherwise they lost resources. And a lot of you might have been able to save money, but with more efforts, and maybe because on the expense of depriving yourself from other pleasures, for example. Or maybe some of you had just limited opportunities for financial growth with Saturn there. It's again all about, Saturn's been trying to teach you about responsibility with resources, ability to kind of manage your resources. And a lot of time people actually consciously create and limit themselves financially, like create some austerities because they're saving for something or investing on something when Saturn is in the second house, or because they become aware of not wanting to spend many resources, like to keep water, electricity, or whatever. Or another thing is that they can become, you might have become a bit more self-controlled in what you eat, or but also it can also correspond to nutritional deficiencies when Saturn is in the second house, the absorption of the food sometimes, you know, or that some of you, but Saturn gives very good self-discipline to control what you eat, the food that you put in yourself. So some of you might have been able to limit that. And now Jupiter is gonna go there. And it's going to make all those things so much easier. So Jupiter is going to start bringing gradually from December new financial opportunities for you. Maybe while Jupiter was in your first house, maybe Jupiter brought some new beginnings for many Sagittarius and Moon rising people. New beginnings, like either it's a new career or a new direction in life or new inspiration of some sort. Oftentimes I've seen when Jupiter transits the first house of the sun sign, like ending of marriage, having to start something all over again. Because when Jupiter was in your sign, even if it might have felt difficult, you know, at moments, but it usually wants to liberate you from the past, and it wants to put you on a new 12-year cycle. So new ideas come, new opportunities, new circumstances. You might feel like that wasn't new opportunities, that was, yes, new things came, but they were horrible. But don't worry, believe me, some of those new beginnings that started in the past 1 year with Jupiter in your sign will now take 12 years. Over the next 12 years, will start bringing very good results. And you'll be grateful one day for the transits of Jupiter. But whatever new beginnings came through you now, you'll be able to start seeing materially results from them with Jupiter in the second house. You're going to be able to start materially. Maybe some of you might get a promotion, for example, to bring in more money. Some of you might get opportunities to make some other income from somewhere as well. But Saturn is still continues to be in 2020 in your second house, so you still have to be managing those resources much better, but new resources definitely come. New self-worth appears. You're going to start valuing yourself more. When Saturn is in the second house, we usually don't value ourselves so much, and we feel like, oh, we're not so worthy or whatever. But with Jupiter transiting the second house, it will expand your values. And at the same time, Jupiter will be making trine to your sixth house, to your 10th house Sagittarius, and to your sixth house, which are both connected to work, to career. So there will be very positive improvements and opportunities starting maybe from even December to some of you in regards to this material aspect of your life. For the right career, for the right, and Jupiter is knowledge and wisdom, and the right circumstances, for the right working environment, for the right employees that you need, for the right resources, for whatever it is, you know. So Good. And you can also find a better source of food now, or foods that are much better for you health-wise. Jupiter brings that knowledge of awareness there. If you've been having some problems with your teeth while Saturn was transiting the second house, or with the mouth or tongue or throat, Jupiter entering the second house will resolve those, will start helping any such health situations of any sort. Or with the thyroid. Thyroid is also second house. If there have been some issues, like sometimes with Saturn, there can be hypothyroidism, slowed down, lowering of the function of the thyroid. So it's, you know, if any of such conditions, when Jupiter enters the second house, it will balance, it will start improving there. All those matters gradually. But to find out more, the second house means a lot of other stuff. You can check out my 2020 video horoscopes, where I speak way more in depth, and for the whole year, all other influences as well. What it's full of so many things. 2020 is like one of the craziest, most dynamic year I've seen, honestly. Not a boring year at all. So check them. They're just $9.99 for 90 minutes per sign. And these are my best selling videos ever. It's the second year I do them. They've been pre-orders from thousands of people. Altogether, we sold 10,000. So, I mean, I was so amazed how well people are receiving those videos. And let's see specifically for 2020, for December. Let me see the calendar. This is the December 2019. What is happening specifically? Yes, you can see Jupiter is entering in Capricorn. And by the way, if you want the same calendar, the 2020 calendar is out. It's only $20. It's 118 pages. It's interactive. You can click here. What does it mean, Jupiter becoming invisible here? And it takes you to the text. And you can plan your whole year ahead. And it's going to be $30 from the 15th of December till then. It's only $20. Fantastic tool. All the astrological events, I've written them. 4 months it took me. So piece of work, piece of love. Work, which is piece of love. Okay, so the other thing is that's happening is that Jupiter is becoming invisible and Saturn in your second house. And there is an eclipse in your second house this December. So first, before the new financial opportunities appear, a planet becoming invisible can indicate that first, you have to let go of something materially, something you might have to release, some old possessions, old clothes, to make space, declutter. With the disappearance already from the 4th, I'll tell you from the start of December, start decluttering. Because Jupiter wants to bring you new abundance in life and knowledge about abundance. It can bring you the best teachers, how to generate abundance mindset, how to become rich, how to invest and stuff, but the right courses. But before those opportunities are brought for you, you need to make space. 2 planets disappear in your second house. Something has to disappear. Something has to disappear from your possessions, from even if you have wardrobes that are cluttered, if you have in your work desk or anything, open all the kitchen areas, all the bedroom areas, all the little drawers. Is it a mess there? Fix it. I want you to declutter, leave stuff, throw out stuff, give them away. This way, the planets becoming invisible in your second house are not going to bring you financial losses, because sometimes it can indicate that you're going to lose money, so it can make space for new ones, or you can lose something valuable. The best thing is give it consciously, give something away that you no longer need, that, you know, give it away, declutter with those things. Otherwise, something valuable might disappear, might be lost, or something, or some money, or some source of income. But don't worry, because right after that, on the 26th of December, is the new moon, which means new beginning with Jupiter, new opportunities in your second house, money, so and resources. So a new source of income, the seeds of it is going to start coming from the end of January, the end of December. Maybe in January it will become visible in Mercury, when Jupiter becomes visible again. There's new resources, new finances, newfound diet, second house, newfound inspiration for earning opportunities. They will become manifest in January or after this new moon. You can get the ideas around that now. Then we have Mercury ingress into your sign. From ingress means entering. From the 9th of December. till almost the whole of December, and the sun is there for you. So definitely this is a time for new beginnings for you, Sagittarius. You know, definitely. Um, you'll be kind of, the ideas will come to you, but Mercury entering your sign means that you'll be called this month after the 9th to be very communicative. There'll be a lot of emails, a lot of letters, communication. If you're in business, any businesses, Mercury's business, running a business of any sort, managing, you're going to be very busy most of December. A lot of, you know, little tasks that have to be done, but you're going through them, you're sailing, because Mercury is direct and it's visible till the 20th of December. So you're getting every mercurial things, writing, speaking, communicating, business exchange, business meeting, marketing, advertising, posts on Facebook, whatever it is, reports making, business meeting, contracts, negotiation, you're doing them like a star. They're going so well. Well, Mercury squares Neptune at one moment, so for a day or two it might be a bit foggy. When is it the square? Do you see it? Mercury square Neptune around the 20th, and that's when Mercury becomes invisible. So 20th is a bit more, you can, and because it becomes invisible, you can, you know, some miscommunication, some misplacing some piece of information, misplacing some email, or, you know, maybe ending of some mercurial project when Mercury becomes invisible around the 20th. So by 20th, approximately, you have to finish all business projects, all communication projects, all writing projects, all media, all recording, all speaking projects, all teaching and training projects, all marketing and such type of business transactions and stuff, because after that it gets a bit, you know, Mercury becomes invisible, it's more difficult to manifest, to make them happen. So if you can, in the period from the 9th to the 20th, do all your mercurial things and trips. There can be more trips, and you can feel more witty, more clever, more communicative. You can shine in such things, and you can, and they go according to your plan. Then on the 20th, yes, Mercury becomes invisible, but Venus is entering Aquarius, and this for you, Sagittarius, is your 3rd house. So what does it mean? Some pleasant trip can come from the 20th of December to around the middle of January. Some pleasant trip, short trip away, because where Venus goes, we enjoy, we feel pleasure there. Another thing that can happen, some good communication, so you can spend good time with friends, talking, communicating in good company, chit-chatting with colleagues or whatever, because that's the 3rd house rules. Or maybe good times with siblings, more loving connection with siblings, good times with neighbors, good times with workmates, good times with mates overall. So you see, I would advise you to spend Christmas in the company of siblings, neighbors, or friends, as after the 20th onwards, Venus there gives you joy, gives you very pleasant exchanges with others in communication, and pleasant trips as well, as I said. And you can enjoy a lot reading or being on social media. Again, 3rd house is connected to that. But it's more for pleasures, for enjoyment, or maybe if you're working in any graphic design where you have to design something using your skills, but also it's visual and it's connected to beauty, Venus, then that can be a good period for that actually. Or, you know, from the Venus going into Aquarius. Okay, so that's about it. I think we said pretty much everything. The eclipse we saw there, starting at your 2nd house, trying to clear space for new finances and new financial opportunities. You might have to give up something before that to make space. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. Do check the oh yeah, and with Venus going in your 3rd house, if you're looking for love and romance, it's coming over the phone, or it's coming online, or it's coming through colleagues in a small group environment, or through some friends. You know, love, you meet on the street, in your neighborhood, in a familiar place that you go, you hang out, familiar bar, for example, online. 3rd house rules all of those places. This is where things like that can come through. And you seem like you'll be communicating with more women, also Venus in Aquarius, so talking more about love and such matters. So love, beauty, decorations. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. I hope Jupiter moving into your 2nd house will give you more financial security, more material stability and career as well. I wish it for all of you, and God bless you. And do check the 2020 video horoscopes and 2020 calendar while it's still at an offer and discount. I love you.